Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Halen, also known as Med Student Planner, and this week I will be showing you my November monthly spread and my Plum paper. This is a A5 weekly planner that I have, and I get the monthly subscription from them, and so that is perfect to pull into my monthly spreads. So I'm just kind of showing you the details of the monthly subscription that I got, and they always come very well in advance for you to be able to have them in plenty of time for your monthly spread, and it is themed to the month. And so this is their first sheet that is kind of functional with your different like deco pieces, holidays, icons, and then this sheet just has different boxes and little labels and whatnot with a couple vacation strips. And so the next sheet has some flags, more vacation strips, some checklists, more icons, and other little bits to decorate with. And on this sheet, you have your date dots, date covers, full boxes, some circles, and then like some payday flags. And this last sheet is for the monthly dashboard page. It has a few circles that you can cover up stuff with, a few more full boxes, and then your monthly, I'm not really sure what they're called, like the little strips that cover up the top up here that I'm putting right now that just kind of puts the 2020 and then November on it. So I'm just going to start by putting these top strips down. I really love how this kind of ties all together, and it has pretty much every color that's in this kit or subscription. So I thought it was just perfect to bring in some extra color up there, and then I'm going to pull in a full box for the side area. I haven't really found a good way to use that yet, and so I may just end up filling it up with some deco pieces, but I've been trying to use this monthly dashboard page, and so I started out by putting in a couple of these strips, and I ended up not really using it at all. Like, I put in a couple of different things that I was trying, but I'm gonna either start gluing the like sheets together, or maybe I can eventually find something. So if you have a good idea for the monthly dashboard, would love to hear it. This is mainly a memory keeper for me, and so I like everything functional wise with birthdays and stuff like that is going to be in my regular planner. So yeah, not really sure what I'm gonna do there. So now I'm going to start putting in all the different date dots. I keep it a Sunday through Saturday planner, but with the date covers, you can change it up as you want. But I'm going to go ahead and speed this up because it takes a while to get all these little dots down, and I found that I have to use tweezers with it because they are so tiny. So now that I have the dates and like all the base of it laid down, we can kind of go and start decorating. I initially was supposed to be going to Monroe for school this week, and so I was going to put the vacation strip down, or really just long washi strip, because it's not really a vacation. We just have to go to another location a couple different times a year to see like a different hospital and environment, but my weeks ended up getting switched, and so you'll see that at the end, but this is when I was originally supposed to be going. So I just used two different washi strips, and I used the gold and the navy floral pattern because they matched each other. I don't think I had two of the same in the subscription, which is kind of a bummer, but since this was the same pattern, I just made it work. So I'm just going to label what these are for with a couple different, these actually had an icon on them, and I just snipped off the icon to make it a small label, and I just wrote where I was going, and that is the hospital that I was supposed to be at. And luckily these stickers pull up pretty easily, and so even a couple weeks later I was able to just come back in and pull them up with no problem. So even though I said I normally keep my birthdays separate in my other planner, I went ahead and just threw in the couple of birthdays that I had. We only have 3 for this month, and so I put in my stepmom's, and then my best friend and uncle share a birthday, and so I put theirs in, and then I only had 2 little birthday hats, and so for the last one I just kind of had to write in their birthday, and it still looks fine. It's their birthday's on Thanksgiving, so that day was already going to be really busy, but I don't think I do that one for a little bit because I got distracted with all the icons. So initially on the 22nd was supposed to be when I was coming back home from Monroe, and so I knew that was going to be a lazy Sunday, but most of my Sundays are pretty lazy anyways, and so it worked even though my schedule got changed. I like just pulling in the, like leaves and little borders, just random days to kind of spread them out because those can go great with any day. Then I remembered that I needed to put down the full boxes, and like I was saying, their stickers pull up really easily, so I was still able to pull up the date dots and then put in the full box where I wanted them and put the date dot back on top of it. I don't really have any reason behind where these full boxes go. I just like to be able to spread them out, and then if I do need to have something special marked later on, then I can always just move it around. I also like to do the same thing with these circles, but this circle that I put down was supposed to be for my last day in Monroe, and then I just kind of made it what actually happened that day later on. And these little labels are great to spread out. It's good for me to be able to spread these out up front and not have a lot of them on top of each other and try to get the most out of this kit as I can. But you'll see at the end that I still have a ton left over. So I put down this I am thankful for today kind of half box for Thanksgiving. I just thought that was super sweet to have, and this is where I'm going in to write the last birthday. And since an icon wasn't really going to fit there, I just wrote it in, and I think that ended up being perfect because I didn't really have much room for any icons anyways. Surprisingly, that's about all I can put down up front, and that is okay because I will slowly fill it in each day. So here is what I have left over. As you can see, it is still a ton, and I will still be pulling parts of this into my weekly spreads as well, and so I will try to get as much use out of it as I can. So I'll be back in a second to show you the finished spread. Okay, so here is how my November monthly spread turned out in my A5 Plum paper. I am just so happy with how this looks at the end of it. I just kind of pull in random pieces as it goes, and it just really comes together so nicely. And so a few different highlights would have to be putting up my Christmas decorations, just hanging out with my grandparents kind of that whole week, finalizing some stuff for the wedding, going to my first medical society meeting, and this month really was packed full with a lot. And so this is just kind of a good overview for me to just see one thing that I was either thankful for, or something big that happened, or even if we just did some much needing house cleaning. So I can go ahead and show you what I have left. So I still have quite a bit. I still have a lot of these icons, and I'll maybe pull in some of these to my daily planner because they just don't really work for this one. And I didn't really use the this page at all, and so a lot of this didn't get used. I like using the dots in my actual weekly view so that I can kind of just put what I'm thankful for with a little dot, and then most of the full boxes got used. The checklist one's a little bit harder for me to use. I just kept the dates or the days of the week like they were, and then a lot of this wasn't used, and then this page is still very full. I could probably find a good use for these, they're little squares in my regular planner, but the rest of that is still there, and then this page still has quite a bit as well. So I am going to need to start pulling these into my daily planner or something because this is still a lot left over. So that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.